This is your $1,200 stimulus update, as well as your second stimulus update on Monday, July 6th.
So reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high.
Hi, this is Corey and welcome back to Blind to Billionaire. In today's video, we're going to talk about two main things. The first thing is, what do you do if you haven't gotten your first stimulus check yet? And the second thing is, when are we going to get our second stimulus checks? So let's get right into it. So to talk about what to do if you have not gotten your first stimulus yet, there's a phone number you can call to call the IRS. Now, we know that this isn't easy. We know that you're going to be on wait, but you may and most likely will get information to find out that you're at least for sure eligible, as well as that you will know that either you haven't gotten your payment yet, which you know, or that it's coming. They may or may not know the date, but just that confirmation that you know that you are eligible should be a little helpful. So that's something that they can usually tell you. Another thing, and we've talked about this, and I know that there's a lot of controversy about the Get My Payment tool, but that does tell you if your payment is on its way, although sometimes people get a bank note saying their bank they'll find out first that they aren't eligible, or that they are getting their check before Get My Payment. But something that I read today that I thought was really interesting is if you get a notice 1444 in the Get My Payment, it means that your payment may have arrived, but you didn't get it, or there's some confusion like that, and you can do a Trace My Payment so that you can find out where your payment went. So now you can't trace your payment just to see if you're eligible, but this is if you believe that if they said that you got your check, but it didn't come for some reason, this is kind of what you do. So the phone number for that is 1-800-919-9835. So I feel like that's worth mentioning. It's a kind of specific error message. I don't even know that we've gotten a ton of questions about this, but certainly some people might be in the situation where they need to trace their payment based on that 1444 code. So if you're getting that and Get My Payment, that would be something that you'd want to look into. Otherwise, it sounds like it says you're eligible roughly a week or so before the payment comes. If it says that you're not eligible, or no, not that you're not eligible, but if it says unable to determine benefits at this time, that might just mean that they haven't processed your paperwork yet, which why the heck haven't they? It's been months now, but that is sometimes what happens when you get that notice. And calling the IRS, though frustrating and time-consuming, has helped a lot of people. Even though I know a lot of people say that they haven't been helped, it does help a lot of people. So I just wanted to touch on that because I feel like a lot of people want to know, when am I going to get my payment? The next thing I want to talk about is, when are we going to get our second checks? So I can give you some information that I think is really helpful in terms of telling you what's going on in the Senate right now, so that we know either when for sure we're not getting the payment and when it would be likely that we would be getting our second stimulus. So currently, the Senate is on vacation from July 3rd through the 17th. So they're on vacation, so until July 17th, nothing can be passed. So there may be new information. I guess I read that Nancy Pelosi is going to continue to work on this, but it won't get passed before July 17th. So that's a bummer because we want it now, but it's also good to know that technically it can't pass before then. They will be back working July 20th through August 7th, and they say that one of the top priorities of this session will be to figure out the second stimulus package related to unemployment and different things like that. Of course, also the stimulus checks. So that also is good to know that there's, ideally, they'll be able to figure this out before August 7th. So some people say that August 7th is the deadline, that they have to make the decision by August 7th. That would be great if they did, and hopefully they will. But if they don't, they're going back on recess August 10th through September 7th. And so then that time frame, they wouldn't make the decision. But September 8th through the 25th of August is when, actually I misspoke. No, that's right. September 8th is when they're going to start back again. And so then that's something that they, could get to in the fall. But it seems kind of more likely that they would make the decision, hopefully, by August 7th. So that doesn't mean that the stimulus will be in your hand on August 7th, but based on the first stimulus package and how checks kind of rolled out, and hopefully they'll have a better system this time, but the first checks started rolling out a few weeks after it passed last time. So it seems likely that if they make their decision by August 7th, that by late August is when the checks would be likely to arrive. Now, of course, this is just speculation. This is just the interpretation of what seems most likely. Maybe not possible, maybe not for sure, but just based on the information that we have and what we've been hearing, this seems likely. So I hope that this short and sweet video found you well and it was somewhat helpful. If you want to subscribe, we would be happy to have you again. We want to give you accurate information, but also information. We don't want to just say stuff. So we want to tell you facts. We want to tell you things that we feel like are the closest to like what we believe is the truth. And we like to get our information from the irs.gov and ssa.gov websites. So thank you so much for being here and have a great day.
You can't wait to see me now.